2020 ElectraMeccanica Solo Quick Test Drive, the new sub $20,000 EV. It only has 3 wheels and 1 seat, but its manufacturer has a lot riding on this imperfect creation. If the Wall Street GameStop drama taught us anything, it's that the whose line is it anyway? Credo, everything is made up, and the points don't matter, applies to far more than just a game show. Ignoring GameStop, take a look at how Wall Street values electric car stocks, Tesla, Workhorse, and Nikola, the latter two of which have yet to sell a vehicle, are worth more per share than established automakers like Ford and Stellantis. Another small, relatively unknown electric automaker trending up on the stock exchange is small Canadian upstart ElectraMeccanica, maker of the new ElectraMeccanica Solo EV. What is the 2020 ElectraMeccanica Solo? The Solo is a sub $20,000, 1-passenger, 3-wheeled EV designed for cheap, efficient city transportation. Indeed, the 2020 ElectraMeccanica Solo is one of the cheapest ways to buy a new electric vehicle in the US. Emphasis on vehicle. Unlike the similarly cheap Can DK27, $17,499 to start, the Solo isn't technically a car. It's an electric autocycle, which is exactly as it sounds, a 3-wheeled car /motorcycle hybrid like the Polaris Slingshot. Priced at $18,500, before destination, to start when it hits dealers in Arizona, California, and Oregon this spring. The Solo is a single-seat commuter car designed to thrive in congested urban markets. It's powered by a rear-mounted AC synchronous motor making 82 horsepower and 128 pound-foot of torque that drives the rear wheel through a 1-speed gearbox. It's supported by a 17.3 kWh lithium-ion battery pack built along the Solo's rails, with the driver's seat and cabin located in the middle. The Solo isn't capable of charging via modern Level 3 fast chargers, but you can replenish its small battery pack in about 3 hours on a Level 2 charger, for a claimed range of 100 miles. ElectraMeccanica says the Solo can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 10 seconds, on its way to an 80 miles per hour top speed. ElectraMeccanica plans for the Solo to be built in China by motorcycle maker Zhongshan Industrial Group, which also sells a low-cost electric motorcycle in the US, but the company is looking at building a factory of its own in either Phoenix or Nashville. How does the 2020 ElectraMeccanica Solo drive? From behind the wheel, the ElectraMeccanica Solo reminds me a lot of the Mitsubishi i-MiEV. Despite the view out of your windshield that reads car, it drives a lot like a neighborhood electric vehicle. Its 82 HP may not be much, but given the sub 2,000 pound curb weight and smart-sized dimensions, I expected the Solo to feel quick. It didn't. Pin the throttle to the floorboard, pretty much the only way the Solo gets going with any urgency, and the always-on traction control system limits torque to prevent the rear tire from breaking loose. Throttle input during normal driving generally results in the Solo's back end bouncing upward as the rear axle and suspension struggle with the motor's torque. Get off the throttle, and the suspension and axle unload rapidly. As a result, quick throttle changes, like you might experience in heavy stop-and-go traffic, result in the ElectraMeccanica Po going up and down, a lot like Mercedes' bounce off-road mode found on the GLE and GLS SUVs. It doesn't appear much thought went into the way the Solo turns or stops. It doesn't feel as engaging as it looks like it would be. There's little in the way of feedback or feel from the power steering system, and its slow Jeep Wrangler-like steering ratio means even simple maneuvers, like reversing into a parking spot, require lots of steering input. There's a very light sense of battery power regeneration from the ElectraMeccanica's brakes, and the transition from regenerative to friction brakes feels mushy. Unlike its four-wheel counterparts, ABS is neither standard nor available on the Solo. Is the 2020 ElectraMeccanica Solo safe? ElectraMeccanica, however, says it paid special attention to keeping the Solo's driver safe, with 3 reinforcement bars in each door, a rollover bar integrated into the roof, and the battery placed in the frame around the cabin. My best guess says the Solo is likely safer than a similarly priced zero-electric motorcycle but less safe than a used first-generation Nissan Leaf passenger car.